this. Holy shit, everybody. 24 hours removed from arguably one of the best wrestling pay per views I've ever been saying ever. I'm gonna go as far as to say as this year, but how do you feel about this after 24 hours?
And I am so tempted to order it to watch the replay. That's how good it was.
Mm.
I'm willing to spend another $40 just to watch the show again.
Mind you,
That's how
that be we paid double for our tickets. Well, funny enough,
exactly
double or nothing. Look at that.
double or nothing, baby. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fantastic. Very fantastic show. Definitely pay per view of the year so far, and it's only May.
Mm-hmm.
It's I've been to 5 live AEW pay per views. The best one I've been to.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Um, it's probably the best show I've been to across the board
Mm-hmm.
ever, ever.
Right.
So yeah, this pay per view was magical. It
Yeah.
fell into place with every single. There was not a single moment that felt like it could have been on Dynamite or um, that was weird or like that didn't hit right. Like it just the audience was into it the whole time.
I
I'm
think I think one match I would say could be on Dynamite, but I think compared to how we usually do reviews, that's better than saying half the card is on should be like
Oh,
those
you
matches.
say that. I don't say that. You say that.
Yeah, fair enough. That is fair. But I will say I think this might have been my second AEW pay per view because we went to Full Gear back in November. So yeah, I
Yes.
think this is our second one. And overall, I enjoyed the whole thing. It was definitely weather aside, definitely a different vibe. Or like really felt like normal, like
Hmm.
because it's pretty much like when you go to wrestling shows, you're with your people,
Right.
and yeah. So yeah, weather aside, and I think I just want to get this out of the way. Can we just talk about what happened after the pay per view? Like, because I mean that's gonna be the only negative, really. Because like I mean the
And
way
that has nothing to do with AEW. That was all the park, the venue, and the MTA not getting their shit together.
right, this is not we're not blaming AEW for this one. This is
It doesn't take anything away from the show.
yeah, all on the venue itself and how they handled the situation afterwards. Because they closed the gates and they made it pretty much one exit only, and that was
Right.
towards the MTA stuff.
Right. And this is a sold out show. Over 14,000 people are
Hmm.
in this venue trying to all file out all at once,
In the rain.
trying to, yeah, in the misty, nasty, cold rain because it felt like November yesterday and not, beautiful, warm, springy weather that we usually get around this time of year. People are either trying to get to Long Island Railroad, to the 7 train, or they're trying to get to the street to either catch a car home or to get their car from the parking lot across the street by City Field. So it's just this mob of people
Hmm.
walking down this board. Because if for people who aren't familiar, there's a boardwalk from the Flushy Meadow Park to the train stations,
Right.
and it's just a mob of people, like a wave of people, just slowly walking because
It
people forget
was
how to walk.
it was definitely like a scene in The Walking Dead.
It was exactly. You felt like you were, like those scenes of The Walking Dead when like you know, Daryl and everybody else have to put crap on them to act like they're walkers too, just to walk with the zombies
Hmm.
and not get attacked. So they put all the crap on them. That's what
Right.
it felt like to me. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I'm walking with this horde of dumb zombies. No offense to anybody watching that was there, but some of the people that were walking along with us were just brainless.
Hmm.
I'm not afraid to say it. Just standing there, stopping. You're like, move, and then all the little
Just keep
vendors.
going. Just like there's no need to stop
You know,
unless somebody physically falls or I don't know.
right. There's a danger. That's the only way. Follow the flow of traffic. There's a ramp to the left.
Mm.
There's a ramp. And then that one clown screaming, they closed the gates. No trains are running. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, the train came through a few minutes later.
Right.
And people listened to that guy. At first, I thought he worked for the area, for the venue.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he had the baseball. I thought he was a security guard. And then I realized he was a fan.
Yeah, of course.
And everybody was like, oh, and then everybody started like coming this way to get on the ramp. So like huge bottleneck.
Right.
And I'm just like trying to, when we lost each other is because I'm like weeding through people who are just standing there.
Yeah.
Standing there. And
we had our one friend, and I had to hold her hand pretty much to make sure I didn't lose her, just to get to the street corner.
Yeah, and I had to make sure that Francisco was like hanging off my bag.
Right.
And at one point, I'm like, I think we've lost them for good. I'm gonna have to text them and let them know we made it to the street. I mean, it took what? It took like an hour. Because we left right after midnight, right? The show ended like right after midnight.
Yeah, and then we didn't get to the street till maybe like 12:45.
Yeah, almost an hour. I remember at one point I turned back when we were still like on the boardwalk, and I'm like, it's already 12:30 something.
Yeah.
And all those little vendors that were like there selling like the $5 beer and the snacks, especially that one that had the huge like cart full of snacks that just took up all that boardwalk space. Yeah. So everybody has to like veer around them. I'm like, this is like, what's going on?
They were fucking obstacles. Like I was like, listen, on any other day maybe, but goddamn it, get out of the way.
Right. It was, it was annoying, but some people were acting like it was the end of the world, jumping over the rails. I'm like, okay. Like at one point, I told one of them, if you fall and break your neck, that's on you. Yeah. It's misty, slippery. The rails are made out of metal. Like, what are you doing?
I haven't seen that since I watched the Titanic.
The Titanic, right? People diving man overboard. And it's like, and then the people who are jumping over the rails, you don't understand when you do that, you're making people who are already on the ramp stop.
Yeah.
So now you're stopping the flow of traffic even more.
Right.
Wait your damn turn. You're going to get home. It's not like, the apocalypse right now. Yeah. You'll get home eventually.
I did pop a little bit because like when people started doing that, people were going, please don't die. Please don't die.
I was like, wow, we're going to watch somebody break their damn neck. Great. And I would just walk around them and keep.
It's gonna be their own damn fault. Who they gonna blame?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because security was like security made sure they stayed at the venue, which, I mean, I don't understand that.
My brother has sent me one of the posts that has been going around on Instagram about the after show incident. So he asked me if we had dealt with that. I'm like, oh hell yeah, we did.
We were in the middle of it.
Like we were smack in the middle, and I told him, I'm like, it really was on the park and the venue and the MTA to sync up with AEW. Mm-hmm. I'm sure AEW told them. There's no way AEW didn't tell them the time the show was going to end. So they knew what time the show was going to end. Like, it ends around midnight. They always do. So they should have known that if the show ends at midnight, have people on the boardwalk area guiding, and the Long Island Railroad, especially when you go to UBS in Long Island, they coordinate their schedule with the shows. Whatever show happens at the UBS arena, whether it's a concert or whatever. So they run more trains at the end of the night.
Right.
Why the hell didn't they do that for this?
I don't know. It definitely seemed like a big miscommunication.
Right. And then the subway MTA, I mean, it's a holiday schedule. So, they always make everyone's lives miserable on the weekends and on holidays. So that's to be expected. That's nothing new.
Right.
So there was no big. For me, it was just more of an inconvenience than, oh my God, what the hell? Like, it didn't ruin my night. The show was fantastic.
I couldn't get Uber till 1:40, and then I got home at 2.
I felt bad when you text me, like, I just took it, and I'm like, we literally just walked in the door.
Right.
And that's the traffic leaving.
And I knew this was going to happen, too, and I was trying to get us something hooked up, but it fell through. But now we know for next time, I'm going to keep pushing it like way in advance, because it's like, we are not doing that again.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I don't care how much it's going to cost. It's going to be worth it.
Yeah, because we're going to end up taking Ubers home anyway. It's going to cost us at least $30-$40. So
Yeah, because even my Uber driver was asking questions. He goes, "What the hell's going on? Why is everybody out?" I'm like, told him the whole thing. He goes, "Wow, okay."
Yeah, because with our Uber, there was so much traffic with people leaving with their own cars and other Ubers and whatnot that he's like, hey, there's a lot of traffic, so it's okay if I circle around the park to the other side to get out. I'm like, yeah, that's no problem. Do what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when we circle to the other side of the park, there's just another mob of people leaving. And there was bus stops on that side, so they would see people waiting at the bus stops, I guess, for cars and whatnot. So it was like, it's crazy because I don't remember having this craziness when I've done the shows at Arthur Ashe.
Yeah, it seemed more controlled.
Grand Slam. Yeah, and it's like it's the same exact space. It's just a separate building, but they're right next to each other, so you have to leave the same exact way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just nuts.
Because all that, and it was just, again, like we knew going into this that AEW ends at midnight.
Right.
So the travel afterwards was going to be annoying, and we knew it was going to be Memorial Weekend, so.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like people plan ahead. Always plan ahead. We knew our plan was to catch an Uber. Catch Ubers home.
Yes.
Late. Nobody's trying to do public transportation at that time. It's not reliable after midnight. It's never reliable. So, other than that.
I was gonna say getting there was very easy, at least for all of us. We did get there at a decent time. We got there by relatively like between 5 and 5:30, and then the line started moving. Which, holy shit, that line! Once we got on it, we knew that this was going to be a crazy show. The building was going to be packed, and then even before that, for me, I got there and I forget where I was, but I'm going past the trucks, and all of a sudden an SUV pulls up, and I just peek in. Oh, there's JR in the car. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He's here. And I knew he was going to be there. He does some matches, so we got to see him, and then we get into the venue. No real issue really with the tickets.
No.
All normal
Smooth
stuff.
Entrance.
Yeah, we get in there, and then all of a sudden, you notice. Oh, there's Brody King over there taking pictures, and our friend Chrissy goes up. How much? Well, I sees how much. It's nothing. So we just all got online and we all got our pictures with Brody King.
I said, "Let's meet Brody."
If this was WWE, an arm and a leg.
Oh, they would have charged like no less than $250 to meet Brody King.
Yes, very nice dude, and. I was telling you, I'm like, there's no way I'm like the same height as him, but thank God he's like a little bit taller than me because I was like I'm relatively tall, but I was like, there's no fucking way I'm tall as him.
Yeah, no, he's tall. He's tall. He's slimmed down so much. Yes. In person, he looks lean, and but height wise, yeah, he's tall. Like I was like, hello. And he's just looking down, like, what's your name?
Jesus.
He was so sweet. Like he was really nice, really humble. The line was quick, but it was a nice.
It was funny because as soon as we saw it, we got on the line quick. But once everybody else noticed it, oh my god!
I know he must have been like,
damn. Yeah, and you probably thought you would have to think Brody would be like, okay, I'm gonna get a really good line. My God.
Listen, I mean, 14,000 people. They're gonna spot him. They're gonna get online.
Yeah. And then the whole venue inside, the whole stage setup looked very cool for what they were able to do.
Oh, hold on 1 second. My doorbell's ringing.
I'll pause. Yeah, stage setup was pretty much what they were able to do was very impressive with the pretty much like the Minitron type of stuff, but they had the like steel barricade type of stuff. I don't know what would be the official word for it.
Like trestles under the train.
Trestles, yeah.
Yeah, it looked really cool.
Didn't realize what they were going to be used for later until. But we get in there, and I know like people are like, oh, it's East Coast, it's good, it's a normal thing. But when I tell you it's cold, it's cold.
Yeah. Like I know they thought the weather was going to be much better, and I thought so too. I
Yeah.
really was like, oh, it's going to be really nice for the show. It's an open stadium. Thank God they had the dome up,
Yes.
but the sides are open because it's a tennis stadium.
Yes.
So the whole size of the level we were on was just completely open. So it is so chilly overall throughout the day,
Yeah.
misty, foggy, and drafty.
And we were in the middle of it.
We were in the middle, right, smack dab in the middle. Thankfully, right by the entrance, so the pyros that were flames warmed us up.
At one point, I went like this.
I know. I kept putting my hand out, like, "Oh yes, come on, keep it coming."
Like, especially
I
like when for Tekka's entrance, I was like, keep going. I don't care how long this entrance is. I don't give a shit.
I'm like, "Oh, maybe they're stuck." Great.
Just stuck.
I even tagged Tony in a post like, "Please leave the flames on. It's cold in here."
Oh my god! But then there's also, I don't know if you kept hearing it, but there was the one person that was above us. There was a certain light that was on. And
Oh
it was
my
like
god,
shining in our faces, and I'm like, that wasn't that bad. I wouldn't
it
say
wasn't that bad at all.
no.
Maybe further up it was affecting them,
Yeah, definitely. But for me,
but
like,
at our angle, it was visible, but not like blinding.
yeah, nothing crazy to the point where I had to go like this. But it was just like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because when they turned it down for when they were like airing the promos. They were showing when for the next
Yes.
match was coming up. But
Right.
and they opened the show. They started. They like it was one of those weird things where Tony Khan came out and gave like a it was like hi, welcome, and then walked to the
And
back.
I know. I was like, oh, I'm surprised he's not giving a long speech like he usually does.
Yeah. No, but he make sure to give some time for the hosts of the buy-in, which was Renee Paquette, and then we got the official AEW debut of Mick Foley. What do you think of his theme?
I like it.
It's kind
I
of
like it.
it's like kind of a mix of like his WWE,
Yes.
ECW themes.
Yes. That little rock theme that he had in WWE.
Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun. That's kind of what it felt like to me. Just more, modernized. I liked it. And I love the fact that he got such a huge pop. Meanwhile, the venue was nowhere near halfway full yet.
yeah. Everybody was still trying to get to the seats or like taking pictures or getting their
Right.
food.
The food is but the pop was so loud for him. So imagine if that would have been the full venue.
Yeah, and you could barely hear him because it was so loud.
Yeah, yeah. The second time around,
Yeah.
was better. The mic
Yeah.
sounded much clearer after that. Like the mic sounded great after that, actually.
Yeah, the game out just gave like a quick hello. Like we really didn't see much of them until the later part of the buy-in, but
Right.
so they went to the back, and then we got our first matchup, which was the 5 minute eliminator thing for the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions.
Right.
No, not that one. Whatever. I guess I don't have it saved, but whatever. But that was on the buy-in. Mega Man and Nina Cross defeated Zeta Steel and Viva Van with 14 seconds left. I was kind of surprised by that, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they should have let it go to the draw.
Yeah.
But I think the part that shocked me the most was that kick that Megan gave Daniels in the face.
Oh, that was brutal.
Drop kick. I was like, oh, leave him alone.
But yeah. But after that, that like you said, they weren't done yet because Mega Man then hit Christopher Daniels in the face, and they were trying to beat up Zeta and Viva a little more. But then we had Anna Jay and Ty Mello make the save, and I don't know what like Ty Mello had like a pipe, but
Shut up.
Anna Jay had like a 2x4.
By four, they were ready to kick ass.
And
They were ready to go down.
it was I even said it on the preview. I was like I might be the next tag team for them, and that's pretty much the next one for them.
I mean, they may be the ones to throw them somehow, some way. They may, maybe their speed will overcome their strength.
Yeah, that's definitely the story they're gonna go with.
Yeah, definitely. It was
And by
fun.
the way, I wanted to mention, I don't want to be rude, but next to Brody King was the fucking coconut water thing. I took the shot of that. Disgusting. I will never have
like
that again.
it?
Hell no. No, 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 no.
They do make some that have flavors like pineapple, and that's actually way better.
Yeah, but I just like took it as a one shot, and that was not a good idea.
Aw, sorry to
Not
hear
a
that.
good. But other than that, well, then that also leads me to because this whole fucking show is sponsored by the coconut
Vita
water.
Coco. Vita Coco. Now,
Ne-
it was funny. I was in the supermarket and it was everywhere inside the supermarket.
of course, yeah.
I'm like, oh, look at that. Vita Coco everywhere.
Yeah. Next up, we had we had a trios match of the Death Riders against the Ops, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Utah versus Katsuri Shibata, Anthony Bowens, and Hook.
Yeah.
Death Riders definitely got a babyface reaction out of the team
Yeah.
because 2 out of 3 are from the East Coast. Wheeler from Philly and Daniel here from New York.
New York
And
State.
then when Hook's music hit, it was all blues. Even though he's from here, it was just
Nobody likes that kid.
color. And Anthony Bowens too, who's from the area. I kind of felt bad because when I look back to this match, I don't remember a thing he did.
No, I don't. I mean, Hook and Shibata kind of like were the two main guys in the ring facing the Death Riders.
Yeah.
So maybe he was slightly, I don't know, injured.
Wow. But this was technically like his first outing as a trio with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good match. Claudio was.
The story of this was pretty much the two veterans, Shibata and Claudio, having their spots and just letting the newer guys like do what they can. But when Shibata and Claudio got in there, the crowd definitely got into that with the elbow strikes.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see them have a one-on-one on Dynamite this week.
Probably. Well, also remember too, Claudio's in the Owen, so we're gonna be seeing him and Brody soon.
Ooh.
So, and it was like Wheeler and Danny were playing pseudo baby faces because Danny would do the 10 punches, but then he teased doing the dance thing, and then at 10 just not jump off and say like screw you guys.
Were like, boo.
Exactly. And then, I don't know why I just started noticing this, but they do the old school like Guerrero jump.
Yes.
With like the huddle where like after they did it like they did a triple boot to Shibata and then just all jumped around together like like for joy. Like we did something cool. But again, Bowens didn't do anything, and Shibata took the fall here, and the Death Riders get the easy win.
Yep. So good pop at the end.
I mean, the trios titles been hot potatoed, but you know what? At least they have them.
Yeah. I mean, having this these two teams like established like this, or even you could even interchange Claudio with Pac. It could be Pac and Garcia and Wheeler, and any combination of the Death Riders will make a really great tag team.
Same with the Ops. But you put Joe in there.
Yeah, two very strong factions right now. Yeah.
I get so many messages even when we're recording. Jesus.
Every time we're recording, that happens to me.
Always. So if you hear background, I apologize, but I'll keep my phone away from the laptop. But next up we had the 10-man tag of Boom and Doom. Yeah, Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall teaming with Roddy, Orange Cassidy, and Mark Briscoe. And I pointed this out to you because when they were like all coming out together, mind you, the Sun is there, the Rizzler's there, the fucking mascot's there, and Holly Cameron's there. Roddy, I love him. He stays true to his character. I am not having this. I am walking to the ring by myself.
Yeah, and the mascot, for those of you who may not have seen it, was a big Vita Coco bottle.
Yeah.
And
they took on.
And Harley was there.
Yeah. Randomly too. I guess she's pseudo conglomeration member.
Yeah, I guess while Willow is going to be out, she'll probably be there.
In spirit.
Yeah.
But we had them against Shane Taylor Promotions, Shane Taylor, Anthony Ogogo, the Infantry, and Lee Moriarty. They started fast. The one thing I do want to say, the in ring action was fine. It was actually really
Right.
good too. But every time they showed the Rizzler, the fans were nuts. I kind of felt that kind of took away from the match. I'm like, because I want to enjoy when I'm in the ring.
Yeah.
I don't give a like respectfully. I don't give a shit about this little kid. But
I mean, at the end of the day, it's about it's the kids that make this boom shit. That is so over right now. I mean, they love the dad, the kids because they get involved, especially the older kid, Justice. Those,
mhm.
he's been getting more physically involved in these matches, and the Rizzler's just this little cute little, just a cute little. You just want to squish him.
Yeah. And speaking of him, he did have one spot because I forget what her name is, so I apologize. But
Yeah,
the
me
girl
too.
that's with Shane Taylor Promotions, big
Yes,
tall girl too, over 6 feet.
yes,
But
very tall.
the Rizzler goes up to her and starts doing his stupid little
The
thing,
Rizzler, Rizzing, yeah.
and then all of a sudden Harley like turns him around and says,
Hello.
"Hello, like hello," and
Yeah.
then that kind of annoyed me too because there was no pop. It was like you just have this hot Australian girl saying she's hot and nobody's reacting, but whatever. So then her and the girl basically have the old school ECW cat fight on the outside,
Yes.
and then the match starts slowing down a bit, and then we get towards the finish, and I felt bad for QT because he was pretty much in the top right corner for
Yes.
so long until
Oh,
he's
they
waiting
said
for his spot.
yes because they were setting up like a group,
Yeah, 'cause
whatever.
everybody was
How, like,
doing dives,
right, and then
and
poor
then
QT.
yeah, they were setting up the like. So you have to visualize it. So Big Boom has the person up in a pound bomb position, and QT would jump off, or like it would be in a suplex position, and then he would jump off.
Right.
They decided to triple stack up with like infantry, Lee Moriarty, and QT was on the top, like pretty much on the top of the ring post. No, he was on the top. He
Yeah.
slips and falls.
Yeah. Right
Immediately
outside.
grabs his leg,
Yeah. Yeah. And
and
that was it for him.
of course, professionals. I will say at least they did the move and then just went straight to the finish. Big Justice
Yes.
made the cover, and that was it.
Yeah.
But poor QT, he tore something.
Yeah. It's funny because at first, because I was so focused on what was going on in the ring itself and not focused on who was up there, it for a minute I thought it was Roddy, but then I saw him in the ring, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that was QT, and I see him outside, like, oh, and then like the medical staff rushing towards him to make sure he was okay, and I was like, oh, QT screwed up his leg. Oh
Yeah, because
no.
everybody's like they're all in the ring, and you could tell like all of them are like very like confused or like.
Mm-hmm.
But Harley's outside like tending to QT, but everybody like does the hold hand thing, and then like Shane Taylor surrounds them,
Right.
and then I mean when you talk about pops, it's like a hero's welcome pop for Eddie Kingston, who ran
Yeah.
out, took his like sweatshirt off, and still had his backpack on.
I don't know how he did that. I was just laughing because he runs out with the little knapsack
Yes,
and this big stick. He's swinging it like a maniac in the ring.
and not far
Somehow,
behind him is Ortiz and Mance Warner.
which I loved. I love seeing Mance Warner there, man. I knew it. I knew that when he left TNA that he was going to be bound for AEW at some point. Bring Stephanie too, stuff.
Yeah,
But that was hilarious. He came in and I'm like, what happened to his sweater and how did he keep his bag on?
but it was just like he just literally came in there, swung his
Like a
pardon me,
lightsaber.
swung his stick around like the thwart off Shane Tail Promotions, but then you had all of them like all embracing each other, like the Rizzles on the like the bottom rope,
Posing.
like all of them posing, and just the whole visual, and just like meanwhile, all that's happening in the ring. I'm just looking outside the ring, I'm like, and poor QT's probably has a broken ankle or like
You know?
something.
They're like, yeah, he has two guys on each side helping him hobble out. I'm like, poor baby.
But
And he's been
and
in like
again,
really great shape, and you know,
yeah.
uh,
And he doesn't. The thing is, he doesn't wrestle that often on AEW. He just does these things with Justice, and that's it.
right. Usually he's doing like a lot of times he would do 0 hour co-hosting if
Yeah.
he's not wrestling. So yeah, he's kind of like a part timer now, and I know he's doing a lot of work backstage. So he has his one chance to do his boom and doom thing, and then messes his leg up.
And Big AJ stays undefeated too.
Still undefeated and still getting big pops.
Yes, indeed. But just that whole visual too, because it's just like it's Eddie Kingston, it's Orange Cassidy, it's Big Boom AJ, it's the Rizzler, and like, and then there's a fucking mascot outside the ring.
Remember when they start spinning him?
But you know what? The thing was, I kept looking at that. I'm like, there's somebody under there. I almost think like maybe Ciampa kind of like does like the fucking thing and just like goes attack Mark.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, but no, it was just some random person under the costume.
Backstage guy.
Then we have Renee and Mick Foley come out and they were talking about the main event. Right. And Mick Foley made the claim that tonight MJF will go bald. And out comes the man himself, which
angry.
Very surprised he did this.
I know.
They didn't want to wait till Wednesday. They didn't want to wait till a future time. They pretty much just gave us MJF versus Mick Foley in a promo battle right now.
So good. It was so. Honestly, it was very well planned. He came out livid.
You're calling him Mick Foley. Like the only thing you're known for is being a big loser.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like Mick Foley's response. He goes, "Yeah, I'm a big loser, but ask Dwayne the Rock Johnson how many times I won."
God, I can't believe
that one got the pop because everyone goes, "Ooh, he said Dwayne's name."
I could have been. I'm like, did he really just drop his name? Like, dude, might as well say Triple H.
It would have been funny if he just went off. He's like, "Ask Dwayne, ask Paul, ask Michael Hickenbottom."
Oh man, I was like, here, ask Morcalis, everybody. I was like, yo, Mick, that's bold.
Yeah, but he pretty much just did a diatribe where he was like, he tells MJF you have to dig it deep inside it and make sure if you're gonna walk out the world champion, you need to be the better man. And then of course MJF doesn't give a shit and just kicks him right in the dick.
Right in the balls.
And Darby comes out for the save, and then you have Mick Foley again. Cut another promo talking about how like he knows how he inspired Darby to do the stupid shit he does. Not word for word, but pretty much that what he
his style. He said, right.
And then just wished him good luck in the main event, and then they both walked off to the back. Yeah. So that was pretty much it for the buy-in.
I appreciate how intense the Darby, even though Darby barely said, he actually never spoke.
He didn't say anything. He was pretty much just out there.
Staring at Mick the whole time with that intensity, like just absorbing every little word he was saying. Like I don't know what it was. Something about that just really stood out to me. You
just know that he's gonna be what Sting was to him.
Exactly. Uncle Sting is on permanent vacation, so
time for Uncle Foley to come in.
Mr. Foley.
Mr. So the buy-in is officially over, and then we get into the actual show. And we were debating on what was going to be the opener. Should have known. Because when you looked at the show and two matches are like garbage matches or like hardcore matches, whatever you want to call them, the tag team match with the I Quit Street Fight rules, you should have known they would have started this. Edge is in Adam Cole, but I'm sorry. But whole arena, whole stadium singing Metalingus never gets old.
Choked up, I teared up singing. I love. My God, that's such a that's that's my teen years, my early 20s. Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, like those were my two top tag teams. And to see all these years later, there he is getting his flowers as accolades. Yeah, my emotions got me.
Even after when they stopped the music, they just had that moment where he's standing in the middle of the ring and he's just like soaking and everybody's singing his song.
That was it.
And it was appropriate timing too, because then out comes his partner, Christian Cage, best friend, comes out. So I still love that even despite being a baby, kind of turning, he's still a heel. He wears the turtlenecks, the pants. Doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
he's pretty much our douchebag.
Right, he's like, fine, you guys love me, but I'm still gonna be me. Grumpy face Christian.
I mean, does he really love us, or is just pretty much just he's doing this to get revenge?
Yeah, he loves us.
Right. And then out comes FTR, who got the really loud boos, which was great to hear.
It's funny because I was recording the crowd, so I was kind of like recording the span of the crowd, and I hear somebody behind me say, "Fuck the revival."
That was me.
That was you.
Yeah, I
That
said
was
fuck the
you.
revival. Yeah,
That was you.
yeah.
Because I was playing back the video this morning because I couldn't really hear it, and I'm like, "Who the hell was that?" And it's Mike Sorrentino.
Yes, of course. So they start the match off. They start off hot, and then they pretty much just. But I shouldn't be shocked by this, but the first thing they pulled up was the barbed wire thing. They started choking each other with it. I felt bad for Christian because you knew what he was trying to do. He was trying to wrap it on the middle rope, so when Dax ran towards him, he could side pass him and drop him face first into the stupid barbed wire, and then you could
Yes.
just have Edge just go hit him cross body with
Right.
his face still in the barbed wire, and then it just went nuts. Chair shots. They did
Ladders.
they did the pile driver onto the announce table right away, trying to
Immediately.
break Copeland's neck.
Immediately. It was
They
wild match.
they pulled out the cinder block, put Christian's arm through it, and
Man,
threatened to smash it, but they asked him if he wanted to quit, and he goes, "I fucked your mother."
the crowd chanting that afterwards was hysterical.
I think the best one was them trying to do the football chant. It was he bet I forgot how it went, but it was just in
He
the tune of
thanked
like
your mother.
yes, but
Wrestling fans.
they still smashed it into it, and that was pretty much
God.
Christian's story for the match that he couldn't use his arm, one of his arms.
Right.
They took the top turnbuckle off and tried to choke each other with it.
The whole rope just taken down.
Yeah,
Not just a turnbuckle. That was nuts. Dax, anytime the referee would be like, "Do you quit?" with the mic in his face, his reactions were hysterical. Because either like,
no, shit, no.
hilarious.
Then they had Adam Copeland in the concerto position. Oh no. They're the other way around. He had Dax in it, and no, son of a bitch. They had it the other way because then they were threatening him. You say I quit, or say I quit. So you say I quit so you can see your daughters tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, and then out comes the mother. Out comes Beth Copeland,
Yep.
and she came down so fast, and then Cash pushed her so hard, her face bounced off the ring steps.
That whole segment.
It was a legit record scratch.
Yeah, she came flying out. She was punching out of Stokely because Stokely had used the watch and punched Adam in the face at that point, right?
Yes.
So she's there just walloping Stokely all the way back to the ring, and then that's Cash caught her lovely. I was like, damn, that was fast.
Then we had a WrestleMania 22 memory of Beth and Stoke are on the apron. Dax has the table out and he's soaking it with lighter fluid. He sets it on fire. Cash comes off, runs towards him. Beth pulls Stokely in the way, and Cash spears Stokely into the fire. And Stokely is officially done for this match. He's rolling on the ground, fucking on fire.
Straight up, like, just seizuring out there. I was like, well, I gave it to Stokely for taking that bump, man.
And he was fully protected too. He had the full track suit on, so you knew something was going to happen.
Yeah, usually, yeah. They probably put a little, I don't know, some anti-flame retardant stuff on it. But he was like, but you see his back was lit up in flames for a second. I was like, oh,
yeah, that shit didn't go out fast. That just kept going.
Yeah, amazing. That was a really great visual live.
Christian had Dax in the sharpshooter, and then Copeland puts him in the crossface.
Yes.
Still asking him if he want to quit, and then Beth lifts up the other ring steps, and there is Spike, and it looks like Spike got a major makeover too.
Oh yeah.
gives it to his husband, gives it to her husband, puts that shit right on top of Dax's head, and then all of a sudden you hear him scream, "I quit!" And we have new AEW World Tag Team Champions. It's very funny because Edge has he has the title up in the air, and he kind of has his arm out. He's like, "Come on!" And then Christian kind of leans in for the hug. But the important thing for Christian is he got his watch back.
He got his watch back. Yes, yes.
What a crazy ass opener!
Such a great opener. Such a great ending. That just the feel good ending at the end. Like finally, they got the redemption. Beth came back, got her redemption. They got the belts, and now we get to see them do that. Most definitely, their one last run.
Mm-hmm.
My heart.
Especially now with the rumor of of tag teams that are on their way. So there's no reason for TK not to do these matches. Or you know what? If you want to put all these teams in one match at All In, I don't blame them.
And I was telling Francisco, I was like, Jeff Hardy, man, he messed it up for the Hardy Boys. They would have still been in AEW with Adam and Christian back together.
Oh, this could have been them. They could have had their big moment of them finally.
Exactly, it could have been them as well. It could have been them, but just having them all four together at once would have been so like the run backs they could have done.
Just at least one more match.
One more, but Jeff just had to go, and I love Jeff with all my heart, but he just had to go and fuck everything up for the both of them.
Damn it, Jeff. Next up, they got. It's like there was no stopping to, which I kind of love with AEW because with WWE, you notice when there's a down period, but AEW's like next.
Yeah, they're still leaving. They're still leaving, and they're already bringing up the next match.
They're cleaning up all the tables, all the.
People are like,
they have to put the turnbuckle pad on, the turnbuckle pack on, because then it was time for Konosuke, Takeshita, and Kazuchika. There's no way we can recount everything in this match, so everyone really must go by the replay and watch this. But
a classic.
But like Konosuke Takeshita would hit his big knee, go for the cover. Fucking Okada kicks out one and just pops right back up.
Oh my lord! He Okada up.
And then Okada was going to tease doing a tombstone on the outside, and you had Don Callis out there telling him, no, don't do it. Then when Takeshita gets back up, he hits a Falcon Arrow on the outside too. And I don't know if anybody noticed it. He pretty much just flipped off Don. He was like, screw you, I'm going to do what I have to do.
Like, how dare you do that? Like, what is that? I think Don thought that he was, on kayfabe, that Don expected Takeshita to do the job to Okada. And Takeshita took matters into his own hands and said, fuck you, I'm taking mine.
Yeah, they did do the spot too of them doing moves to each other where pretty much Takeshita grabbed up from underneath, hit him with a suplex. Okada got right back up, hit him with lariat, and then Takeshita came right back and hit him again, and both are down. Massive applause.
Yes, round of applause for them.
It was crazy too because when the bell rang, immediately this is awesome chance. And when them two were just standing across from each other.
Because we knew what. I mean, this match brought everything we expected and more.
Yeah. Then we had Takeshita hit his big knee. Then he hit the Falcon Arrow, and then he got the 1, 2, 3, which I was shocked at. I should have. I was thinking because I thought Okada would retain and maybe run this back one more time, but no, they finished the story. They had Takeshita beat him.
They have their plan already set up, as we saw.
Then we had Don Callis, Rocky Romero, and Mark Davis come out to the ring, and then we hear Kyle Fletcher's music hit, and he comes out in the most salmon suit ever.
Very pretty suit, very pink, very springy.
Yeah, that shit was salmon.
He looks fantastic.
Which, also, physically, he looks great. From a torn meniscus?
He even looks a little leaner.
Yeah. Came in. Don Callis family backed off. He hugged the Takeshita, held the belt for him, held his arm up in praise, and then he lowered the boom.
And I knew it. I said, man, I told Chrissy, I was like, I'm waiting for him to attack him. He's gonna attack him, and bam, he got him. And I was like, I knew it.
took him out. And then the best part was him and Okada go for the belt, and they kind of had that little stare down too.
Excuse me.
And Okada was like, all right, we'll
Right.
go for it. And then Rocky and Mark held Konosuke up, and then Kyle hits him right in the face with the title. So we thought Kyle would be up for a little longer. Thank God he's back, because not for the two, we also gave him a brain buster, and that he physically looked completely fine.
He did. He looked good.
So
He's back.
all in, Takeshita and Fletcher.
That looks like it's gonna be the match, yeah. And maybe Okada will challenge whoever wins if he wants his belt back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of what else in the roster you would want. Maybe the Continental title. I don't know.
Maybe get that back too.
I was also thinking, what if they did a triple threat with just all three of them? Which is not a
That
bad idea.
freaking fantastic.
Because pretty much it's just like all Don's guys just want one singular
Yeah.
belt.
Even though I don't think Takeshita will be part of that group anymore. Not after
Yeah, he's definitely kicked out now.
Dawn. I mean, as
But-
soon as they were walking out and Rocky took his blazer off, I said, "Oh shit, here we go. This is it."
It kind of makes sense because Rocky was friends with Okada from the New Japan
Right.
days. So
Exactly. That's his
and,
boy.
and Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher have always been together.
Yes.
So
Yes. Aussie.
the Keshta finally free exiled from the Don Callis family. We have to wait and see what they do on Dynamite.
Yes. He's gonna come out to a huge pop.
Mm-hmm.
He was already teasing that face turn, even though he was doing some dastardly stuff the last few weeks during those matches. That's it. This is it. Officially back to being a face.
Yep. I unfortunately walked out on the next match because I was very hungry at this point. But it was Athena versus Mina Shirakawa in the Owens.
I missed this match too because I needed to use the ladies' room and I was trying to find something hot to drink.
Mm.
And we went to both levels, Chrissy and I. So when we came back, the bell was already ringing. So we missed the whole match.
Yes, but Athena won. I heard from people saying that it was a really good match. So nothing really.
It sounded like a good match throughout, the way the crowd was reacting. Yeah.
And before we recorded, we saw a thing. Athena said that she wants it to be Athena Elite Wrestling
Forever. That's her thing now. Everything's forever.
Yeah. She needs to just start doing the Terry Funk thing. Forever.
She should.
But then next up we had for the AEW Continental title, speaking of that belt, we had Jon Moxley defend against Kyle O'Reilly. We had a little thing with Kyle in the back with the Trios champions and Mark Briscoe. Pretty much just tell him, go kill her, Kyle. And then pretty much, I did think this match was very slow to start with.
It was. I mean, I'm going to be honest. They always put on a good match overall.
Yeah.
They have great chemistry together. But I think the 4 matches was a little bit overkill.
Because after the first 2, the crowd was definitely quiet.
Yeah, because those 2 matches were so intense. But I feel like they're within their own story. Having 4 matches with each other was overkill because we saw the 2 matches they had last year, then they had the match just now on Dynamite, and to have another one so soon, I was like, you know what, I'm done with these 2. I'm kind of done with this.
But it was also too like they were telling a story. It was slow plotting. Like both of them are going after each other's ankles. They're going for ankle locks.
It was just, I don't know. I think I just burned out with Kyle versus Moxley. So I'm glad that this seems to be it.
Yeah. But we had Moxley go for the win here with he hit the Death Rider, and then did he win with the ankle lock or did he win with the choke?
No, I think it was the ankle lock.
Ankle lock, right? Yeah, because Kyle was tapped. He was ultimately tapped up, but at the end we had them to show respect, which is still one of those weird things where Jon Moxley's supposed to be a heel, but I guess John doesn't give a shit. He'll be whatever he wants to be.
Well, the one thing about Jon Moxley is that he's always been a very transparent person.
Mm-hmm.
He'll let you know if he hates you. He'll let you know if he has respect for you, all while being an asshole. Sorry, no one let me joke there.
But it's also true there was no Pac either. I don't know what was the deal here. I guess he just didn't fly out for this show, but
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe
he,
not. Since he wasn't booked, he's like, why the hell would I go out there if I don't have a match?
well, yeah, that's probably what the logic was on that one. But then we next up, Will Ospreay and Samoa Joe in the men's Owen first round match. They call it the quarterfinals, but it's just the first round match.
Yeah.
I did love that when Will was making his entrance, the Death Riders didn't leave all the way yet because they were showing Moxley. He's like, "Yes, go Will, like you got it, Will."
Yes.
And I
And
don't know if you heard in the intros, he's no longer the aerial assassin. He's just the assassin.
Johnson, right? Yes.
Samoa
He
Joe came out.
with a vest. But I noticed, I don't know if you know, he came out wearing a vest almost very John Moxley-esque
Mm.
and not the big fluffy robe he usually wears, you know? Looked a little more rugged and hardcore.
Right. And by the way, I do want to mention because I don't know if it was this match or the last one, but somebody was talking. They were talking on the internet about JR's commentary, and I just do want to say that I know that he's been dealing with a lot of health issues in the last couple months, even the past year.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for JR to not do commentary anymore. Because I mean,
It may be time. I mean, I asked a friend of mine because he was messaging me while we were watching, and I said, "How does he sound?" And he was like, "Not too bad, not too bad." So I don't know. I want to hear from. I mean, like I said, I want to try to watch a replay of it. I don't want to pay for it though.
yeah. But this matchup started strong. As Joe's making his entrance, you see Will bounce off the go off the ropes for an Os cutter, and it hit perfectly, and we were off to the races.
Stiff throughout the whole match, man. The match that we wanted.
The best spot. The best spot. And it's probably the best nope Samoa Joe has ever done. Where Will goes for the Os cutter again. Joe just walks away and just says nope.
Just did that quick stroll, like whatever, man. You ain't catching me with that.
But
Really
then I forgot what it was, but Joe hit Ospreay so hard on the barricade with the move that when the ref was to go check that Will again, I was thinking, oh no, well, here we go again with the next stuff.
Right.
But thank God they really didn't touch on that too much. But they had Joe had him in the choke, and they did the three arms, and at the third time they lifted his arm up, he grabbed the bottom rope, so he saved himself. And Will Ospreay hit those fucking hidden blades and knocked Joe. He hit him with the one and then covered him. Joe kicked out at one and then immediately hit him again in the back of the head and got him for the 3 count.
Yes. Yes. And then Joe left looking so frustrated.
But I don't know if you noticed, but they bowed to each other to show respect.
Yeah, they did. They did that. But you could see as he's walking down the ramp, his face was just like, So yeah. I don't think this is quite over yet. Was it this? I don't know if you noticed, but was it during this match that there was a fight in the crowd near where like the near the place where the Death Riders were coming out? They have put the Owen trophy back there.
I started noticing that too, but I didn't know if it was a fight. But I think it was just more of them getting the people away from them.
Yeah, I don't know what was because there was nobody on that side at that point. It was just they were wrestling in the ring. Yeah. And I see commotion and like security swooped in and people were getting dragged out of the crowd. And somebody did a phone. Oh, I would love to know details because we were like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Because they had the trophy on stage, I noticed it, and then they moved it towards that area.
Yeah, and then that's where I saw all that commotion happening. I mean, it was really quick because they swooped in and grabbed whoever it was that they needed to grab, and they got him out of there.
And mind you, I wouldn't have noticed that if they didn't put the fucking spotlight on the trophy in that area where the Death Riders were coming out.
Yeah, and I expected something to happen because it was back there.
Right. But I was kind of hoping like Moxley would kind of be like point to Will, and be like, "This is what you want. This is what you're going to be a killer for." But it's like, no, they really didn't lean anything into it.
Yeah, I was looking around to see if they were still hovering in the area, but they were on.
So Will Ospreay advances into the next round. He'll face the winner of Jack Perry and Mark Davis. More than likely, it's going to be Mark Davis because storyline wise, it's good. It's Mark was the one that actually got a win over Will, so Will's gonna get his win back here.
Exactly.
That would make sense.
Yes.
But then the next match, Jesus
Oh,
Christ, Swerve Strickland and Bandito. The one spot that made me go, I've never gone awe or like been like in like pure shock, but Bandito, no Swerve standing on Bandito's shoulders so perfectly, and then hitting the house call kick was the
um,
most
it,
insane thing I've ever seen.
it was so beautiful, so smooth. It's like I know they had to practice that a few times.
And it just shows you how strong Bandito is because he also picked him up in the military press and just held him there with one arm.
Yeah, we see Swerve. He's put on a lot of weight, a
Yeah.
lot of muscle mass on him, so that he's not a lightweight anymore.
Yeah. And of course, they don't hold back on scary things where reverse runner off the ring apron to the outside swerves. I was like,
Crazy. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna break something.
I was surprised he didn't break his damn neck. Thank God he did.
And there was that one clip, that one moment where it looked like Bandito did hurt himself. I think he just got a little stung.
Yeah.
From doing that.
I don't know what it's called, but the Bandito's finish where he bounces off the ropes and grabs you for a German.
Yes.
Swerve was laying on the floor when he did it on the mat. That just shows you how strong this dude is.
Bandito is, and it's so deceiving because he's not a big guy, and then you just see him like throwing people around like nothing. You're like,
Yeah. He goes for it again to go for the finish, but Swerve counters and hits him with the vertebreaker, and then hits him with the house call kick, and Swerve wins, advances into the next round where he will face the winner of Claudio and Brody King.
Either match will be. It's probably gonna be Brody, so Brody could get his revenge for Bandito.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I'll be happy with whoever he ends up facing.
It's just so obvious it's going to be Swerve and Ospreay at Forbidden during the finals.
I can't wait.
And there's nothing wrong with predictability unless it's good.
Right.
This is the best two people to do in the finals.
Exactly. Absolutely.
With a world title shot on the line at Wembley, it's
yes.
And it's a rematch from 2 years ago.
It would be interesting to see Ospreay and Claudio, considering the storyline that they're in right now. Right, but Swerve is the bigger name right now. So.
And we're still waiting on what's the deal with Mox. There seems to be something on the line or underneath that's going on here.
Oh yeah, something's ruined.
Yeah, but next up, by the way, both matches excellent. I will say Okada and Takeshita had the match of the night honors.
Oh,
still at this point. Yeah. Next up, we have the 4-way for the AEW Women's World Title as Teko defended against Shida, Statlander, and Hayter. There's nothing really wrong with this match. It was very fast paced. A lot of all four hitting each other.
Yeah, all on point. Little storylines in between.
You had Statlander and Shida still working together. Meanwhile, Chris was kind of reluctant, but even towards the end when Shida hit the knee on her and she knocked her out of the ring, and Chris got pissed and she fired back at Shida, and then Statlander looked like she was about to regain her title, and then Shida, that fucking bitch, hit her in the back with the kendo stick, knocked her ass out.
And Jamie got and dragged Shida out by the kendo stick. It was like, oh.
Yeah. They double clothesline each other out, and then Teko hits the curb stomp, and she retains by the skin of her teeth.
But it was they put on a great match, without a doubt. So now, who is next for Tekla?
And I will say for the women's tournament too, I think we talked about in the preview, but it's pretty much plagued with injuries, so it's kind of interesting what they're gonna do. It's curious because they're doing a wild card. I would hope it's not Mercedes, because if it's gonna be, because if she was gonna come back, you would announce it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if she was gonna come back, they would have kept Alex and the wild card on the card, and not switched it out with Athena. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna bring her back, you're gonna bring her back at a big stage. Yeah. But she's on the Mandalorian stuff right now, so I don't know when she'll be back.
And right now, with Willow being out, the TBS title is also
Right.
up. So it's gonna be because I told you guys like they're gonna be. I told you it's gonna be either running another women's tournament or just do a Casino Gauntlet for the title.
I'd rather see the Casino Gauntlet
Yeah,
just to
and, I
spice
don't know,
it up.
and right now, Sheena's not a bad choice to have the
She's
TBS
not.
title.
No, she's not. She's not. Give her. You know, she's come back. She's come back strong. You know,
Yeah,
she's come back with some sort of vengeance. Basically, I feel like she's gonna talk about how she felt maybe excluded all the time.
yeah. Because in the promo package for the title match, she said that she's been a 4-time champion. I go, holy shit, she has. It's just that her title reigns, at least I think were pretty much during the pandemic era, and nobody
Right.
was really paying attention to that time. Nobody really, honestly,
Yeah.
nobody cared about that title until Britt won it.
Right. So it's I don't know. It's kind of curious to see though, in terms of the wild card though, who will fill that spot? Because I don't know. I mean, Jamie Hayter's not in the tournament, right? So wouldn't it'd be kind of cool to put her up against a tag partner
But
for
usually
Oliver?
when it comes to the wild card, it's usually somebody outside the company. So
Yes,
maybe the former Dakota Kai.
maybe. Who
Yeah.
looks great by the way with her curls. Like, she looks unrecognizable almost.
I think
Who else is out there that's
if,
eligible to?
if it was a Suna, I would have said Zoe Stark as a possible one.
Yeah, but we know she can't yet.
Yeah,
She looks great. That clip of her training in the ring.
I think
I don't know
Shayna
if you saw
Baszler
it.
is more WWE. She's more coaching than.
Shayna, yeah, I don't know what the hell's Shayna's story. Yeah, I don't know. That would have been cool though to see Shayna come back. She has to come back as a Death Rider. I mean,
Yeah.
come in as a Death Rider, not come back. Come in as a Death Rider with Marina. That way, they could be a tag team. You know.
Also, what about Marina? Why isn't she in the tournament?
Yeah, she could be a wild card. Her and Alex could have another good a rematch. You
But the
know.
question is, who would you have go over?
Yeah, because I'm sure Willow was the one that was supposed to go over.
Or maybe Alex over her. I don't know. I don't know. But also, when you think of the TBS title, maybe that's for Marina.
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe. Yeah, we have.
I mean,
There's a lot going on right now with the ladies. You know, people can't complain. Oh, they're not doing anything with the women. Oh, yes, they are. And now they have to
speaking
do work.
speaking, a lot was going on.
Uh-huh. Oh
Stadium
man,
Stampede.
it was so fun to watch this live,
So
man.
I want. Can we? I just want to start with the videos, the
Yeah,
all intros, because you had Andrade and Mark Davis in the limo with Don,
right.
in ring gear, mind you. You
Yes,
had
right.
David Finley and Clark Connors come in
A
like their
monster
own.
truck, right? Like
I
a
think
monster truck.
that was done right with like the limo monster truck bullshit thing, whatever the fuck that was.
Amazing.
And then you had Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, and I see. I don't know baseball that much. I don't know what jerseys they were representing.
I don't know, but they looked great in their baseball uniform.
Yeah, they all came out together, and then we had the Team Jericho intro with like Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, MVP, Jack Perry, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega, and just the visual of Kenny smoking a cigar and then just choking on it.
Because he looked so cool leaning up against the
Yes.
door entrance with his cigar. And then he starts, and they're all just watching him like, really? And Jack's just like, oh my god.
Kenny was kind of like that cool uncle, like, or that uncle that wants to be cool but then just fucks up.
That was so, and it's just whoever did that specific intro package for that team, brilliant. I just love the feel of it. They have Metallica playing in the background. I forget what movie that was kind of based off of. It's like on the tip of my tongue with the showing them as like the animated at the in between. So well done. The way they just all like
All in
sharply
suits,
dressed, all in suits. The Bucks with their tassels on their suits.
of course.
And then when they put their hands in, and then BP put in his cane instead.
Yeah.
Nice little touch. It was
And I mentioned
awesome.
this on the preview. It was like, not for nothing, this is the first time we've seen Kenny since Dynasty.
Yeah. And he looked good. He looked very good in this
They
match.
all came out to Jericho's music, and then
Like his flexes,
all 14 men standing in opposed each other, and we
staring each other down.
off to the races.
Ooh, man, they did not waste time with anything in this match. And
So what we're gonna do is pretty much just go over each spot that we saw
right
in the ring and on the screens.
on the screens and stuff going on with the fans.
Yeah, because the first thing we saw was that pretty much everyone was fighting. Everybody was paired off with each other. We had the Hurt Syndicate go. Hurt Syndicate and the Gates of Anarchy went to the backstage area, so we didn't see them for a bit.
Yeah, can I just say though, the Hurt Syndicate were killing it in this match.
Yes, Shelton Benjamin especially.
They're so good.
Because when they were doing, they were doing the obligatory babyface jumping of the springboards.
Yeah.
So like the Young Bucks did theirs, and then Shelton was like, you know what, like I might be old, but you know what, I still got it. Fucking runs and still jumps over like nothing.
Clean. I was like, Jesus, Shelton.
Yeah. And then we had Jericho, his old ass, getting on the top rope and just diving onto everybody.
Yeah.
But then we get I think this was pretty much the first of many things we saw, because this match was long, but they made sure to give everybody a spotlight. And what I mean by that is, Lashley is fighting with the Gates of Agony, and he's on the ground backstage. He looks over. There's Leo Rush, freaking out, like in his character.
No, not this guy again.
but did you understand why they paired them to? Because like when they were in WWE, Leo was kind of his hype man.
Yeah, exactly. And what cracked me up though is when Toa came and just grabs Leo by like his head, and just drags him like nothing.
Yeah, but then Leo starts chasing him. He does like the fucking the scary run,
like the wolf run. Yeah.
And the best was you see Lash's face goes, what the fuck was that?
To this guy, and then you had Andrade taking pictures.
They had Andrade do the thing with the hot girls and the selfies, but then when he wasn't looking, somebody pulls the girl away, and then there's Luchasaurus in a blonde wig just standing there.
Oh my god! I was
still in a sling too, by the way.
Oh yeah, still in a sling, poor guy. And he's just looking at him like, "Yeah, what you gonna do now? Take a picture with me."
Jack Perry pulls out a duster or a vacuum, the thing that collects it all. Yes. Smacks Mark Davis over the head with it, and that shit explodes everywhere.
I'm assuming that's what cracked him open. He had to get bandaged up at some point.
Because that was probably legit glass.
Yeah. Real glass.
But then the Young Bucks brought David Finlay and Clark Connors into the stands, and then they were fighting around the concessions area. But the spot they were made sure to show, but they kept showing that they super kicked Clark onto the escalator, so Clark went up the escalator, right. But then when he went up there, it was like, okay, I'm good. There's the Bucks, and they super kick him, and he's about to go rolling back down the escalator.
Yes, that was crazy. And us in the arena, we see the fans just running around.
It was a sea of people running, like trying to catch up with them.
And also the beach balls that came out of nowhere.
That was like the first thing.
Yeah. I was like, what? It's just like, were they given these beach balls, or did someone sneak them in? Like, what the?
I think somebody snuck them in, but as I saw Jack try to hit one, and that shit immediately popped, which I thought was funny.
And there was another segment, I don't know if you caught it, where he gave another beach ball to one of the guys in the front row, and he was holding Ricochet, and told the guy to hit him with the beach ball, and Ricochet sold it like he got hit with a bowling ball.
Of course. He was like, Speaking of Ricochet, him and Jericho go into the back, and they get to the, I guess it would be called the tennis practice area, because there was just a metal gate,
right?
And they had a tennis ball machine. But then when Jericho opens the door, there's fucking Luther standing there, and he has the world's largest tennis racket. And Jericho's like hitting Ricochet with it, and then this was the best. He puts the tennis ball machine on, and it's not going fast enough. So the camera just like pans over, and you see Jericho just grab the ball and just like throw it.
And Ricochet's just like, oh my god! And one of them kind of right in his butt cheek. I know that hurt.
That was the best because then Jericho goes for a cover. Ricochet kicks out, and then of course you just hear the ball machine still going, and they're just like, "Oh Jesus Christ!" And then they cut away.
But what cracked me up though, remember like when Luther showed up and like the guy sitting in the row behind, it was like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "That's Luther." Who? I'm like, Tony Storm's butler, dude. Like, where the hell?
It's been a while since we've seen him. But it was just, of course, like he's Jericho's longtime friend, so you would have known. We should have known. But then they go to, I guess, catering. And there's fucking Tommy Invincible.
Yes.
And Mark Davis like, "Who the hell are you?" And Tommy's just standing there doing this thing, and then just bounces him off a table. And then Kenny pushes Andrade into the back of somebody, and his face goes into whatever food he has, and then it's Satnam Singh that stands up, and Andrade's like, "Oh no." Yeah, and then somebody in the background goes, "Food fight!" And then they all start throwing food.
Oh my god, hilarious. And then Satnam grabbed one random jobber that got hired and just threw him right into the table of food. I was like, damn.
He landed head first on that table. That was rough looking.
Brutal. Poor kid. He kind of reminded me of Jimmy Jacobs.
Then we have Mark Davis outside. He goes towards a golf cart, and there's a knife in the wheel with a piece of paper. Right. And I tried listening back to it, but it's like, "You asshole."
Something about an asshole, yeah.
Then we hear honking, and then the Jurassic Express bus comes zooming in, crashes the golf cart into a car, and we saw this after the show, but we didn't know that apparently people called the police hearing this, not knowing what the hell was going on.
Like, guys, really?
But if nobody was in the arena and you just see this, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Right. Yeah.
And also, if you think about it, if you're just sitting in like a pizza parlor and you hear that crash, like, what the hell was that?
But it's like, if you see a big bus that's painted green that says Jurassic Express, you gotta think, oh, maybe it's something being filmed.
Because you have to think of all the money that must have cost for the golf cart and a car that you're just gonna crash into.
Yeah, and somebody was afterwards when we were leaving, they were screaming the brand of the car, and I was like, okay, it was like a Mercedes or something like that. I forget.
But it was funny because some people would cheer like, "Oh, my car!" but then we're back. All this is going on at the same time. We're just cutting in and out, but then we get back to the ringside, and there's tables outside, positioned everywhere. So, like Jack Perry would put somebody through a table. Jericho went to splash through Ricochet through a table, but they didn't go through the table, so that was a botch. The Bucks go flying onto Connors and Finlay through their table, and then Kenny Omega with the one-winged angel to Andrade through the table by the entrance ramp.
Unbelievable. This match was just unbelievable.
Then we had the shopping cart. The Bucks put Connors in it, and they put the trash can over his head, pushed him down, and then you had Nick hit him with the super kick.
I know. And then you got Toa picks up the freaking shopping cart, and not like a little one. I mean, we're talking about a supermarket shopping cart.
Yes.
Toa picks it up and slams one of the Bucks with it.
Like nothing.
Like nothing. Those things are heavy. I mean, you ever had one roll over your foot?
Oh no, I know what you're thinking of. Because when he put Nick in the shopping cart, rolled it, and we saw Nick's head hit the apron.
That too, yeah.
Because the cart fell over.
Right, and that's when he picked it up and then hit Matt with the
right
in the arm, right.
But you know what? No, the kid picking up that shopping cart was okay. It was impressive. But he also had both the Bucks and Jack Perry on his shoulders and pretty much marched around the ring. It kind of reminded me of the Ryback thing. Had all three on his shoulders and did like a big Samoan drop.
Toa is so damn impressive.
He was like the main focus, pretty much, of like the offense. He was the one guy that everybody was trying to pretty much kill.
Right, take the big guy out. Between him or Bobby Lashley, we gotta take them out.
They had Shelton Benjamin and Matt Jackson have a suplex off where Shelton was giving one guy Germans, and
Yes.
Matt was doing his suplex rotation thing where he would
That was
go
a
right
great
back
spot.
up.
Great spot.
Matt grabbed both. I think it's Finlay Connors. He grabbed both of them, did both of them together, and then you had Shelton outdoing him, grabbing both, doing a double German, and it was pretty cool to see him do the triple super kick with the Bucks on
Yes.
Toa.
Yes. Yes.
But then it was towards the end when Ricochet was all by himself,
Mm-hmm.
and you had
Corner.
all of them. Benjamin did his high knee into the corner. Lashley spear, double super kick. Jack Perry did his running knee. Omega with did his thing, and then Jericho's gonna go for the Judas effect, but Leona gets in for the save. And then you had all 7 men, even Lashley, do a super kick onto him, and Team Jericho gets the win. Holy
I mean,
shit!
my gosh, what a match! It was. It was. I mean, at one point you even jumped up to see what was going on because people were running around by us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was nothing really to see, I guess. But
And then
what a match!
and then the best part after the match, because Jericho wants to redeem himself. He puts himself through the table by himself with nobody on it. Just like fuck it.
He finally broke it. Very fun match.
And we had an interesting visual too, because we had Kenny, Jack, and the Bucks go up the ramp and in the ring with Jericho, and all 3 members of the Hurt Syndicate probably just like stuck their arms out all together. So
Yes.
yeah, but again, very fun, very chaotic. But you know what? All those spots
Mm-hmm.
really all made sense. But you know what? It was just for the love of it, for the fun of it too.
Yes. I mean, we knew it was going to be a clusterfuck going in, and we got exactly that, and it was not disappointing.
Then it was time for the main event. We had Darby Allin defend against MJF, and then we can't even get 5 minutes into the match where MJF insulting all 5 boroughs, saying that he lives in a big mansion that none of us can afford.
Right.
And then it was even better too because we had Justin Roberts do the intros for Darby, and he goes,
"Oh God."
It was like he's crazy as shit, or was he said something like that?
Yeah, like he's like batshit crazy.
Yes.
I think is what he said. Which, no lies.
They start the match. MJF's on the side by the announcers. Darby goes for the suicide dive. MJF dodges it. Darby lands on the back of his fucking neck.
Bro, I was like, damn, end the match.
It's over.
So hard, and it's such an awkward position. I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is the spot that's gonna take him out. But he got up.
There was a weird theme with this match. It's all Darby's match too. He takes these stupid, crazy bumps and he just gets right back up like nothing.
Like nothing.
MJF pulls. MJF sets the ring steps on the side, gives him a package pile driver on the steps.
And hurt himself in the process. He was holding his back when he was out. They were just out there like you. No.
And MJF is laid out on the with his half his body in the ring and outside the ring apron. Darby goes to the top of the ring post, goes for his coffin drop, fucking misses and bounces off.
Just bounced right off of it, like wink.
Like you're not gonna walk, but by 35, you're not gonna be able to walk straight or walk normal.
He must have some kind of. He must have that condition where he doesn't feel pain. I can't understand this.
He must be a mutant. There's no fucking way.
Something. His bones are made of rubber. I don't know.
But then, meanwhile, mind you, those were the first 3 spots. Then these two started reversing each other's roll-ups for like 2 minutes. It's like, and the referee was getting a real workout. It was like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
I was impressed with the referee's cardio for this. I know his hand was throbbing after that.
Yeah. And then there was like, then they had the standstill, and then you had MJF. I don't know what he was going for, but then it was like, okay, he's gonna try and shave his head bald now,
right?
Because fuck it. So Picks Darby up, goes to the chair.
Yes.
And meanwhile, we saw this setup, but there was a coffin-like table shape next to the
Right.
barber chair.
And they had the shaver on top.
MJF
I need to
grabs
see
it.
this up.
They knocked it off. It goes flying somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Darby puts MJF on the top, and then of course he looks up. He
Yep.
climbs the trestles. The
Yeah.
two climbs up. He's on the lighting ring of the entranceway. Does the bang bang coffin drop off the top. He hits his head so hard somewhere that it starts. He's bleeding from the
I
back
don't
of
know.
his head.
I don't know if he hit it on the table or on the ground. But it was surreal to watch that live.
Yeah. Back in the ring, and then Darby goes for another suicide dive, but MJF pulls the cameraman in the way. But it looked fine for people at home, maybe, but for us that were watching it, nowhere near the camera guy because the camera guy just went, just like put the
Right.
camera over here and then just fell down and just sat there.
Yeah. And then they're acting like
He sold it like death.
they sold it like he broke his body in half.
Yeah. They even had the two people walking to the back like they did for QT.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, dude barely got grazed. He just sold it really well. That's it.
Then we have the finish. MJF hits the middle rope tombstone, and then for added insult to injury, puts him in the headlock takeover. 1, 2, 3. Darby loses the world title, and MJF wins. But God damn it, we are not done yet. Not even close.
No, Jesus. Right, because they put him on a stretcher.
Mm-hmm.
Put Darby on a stretcher, thinking, he needs to be taken out. And then MJF steps out to the ring and kind of stands over him to add insult to injury with the belt. And then out comes Kevin Knight,
the TNT champion that we have not seen all night.
He comes running out like a freaking rocket.
Like a jet.
Chases MJF away. Yeah, like a jet. Chases off MJF. And they're carting out Darby, so now he's at like the entrance on the stretcher, and he climbs up to the top, kind of like threatening MJF. And then we're already up on our feet, ready to walk out, thinking, okay, show's over. And then he does that freaking spaceship dive onto Darby.
Frog splash onto Darby, who's already tied up on the stretcher, and then to add insult to injury, flips the thing over.
Right into the stairs and the apron. And we were like everybody froze in place. The whole arena froze in place, like, oh shit.
And that was also MJF's reaction too, because it looked like MJF didn't even know that was going to happen either.
And then he starts laughing, like,
yeah.
I can remember grabbing my nephew, like, oh.
But it was also they were teasing it for weeks because Kevin said you better win, you better win.
But I really expected him to turn on Speedball eventually, right? Like, you're gonna turn on someone, you're gonna turn on your partner.
Well, now we have to see what Speedball thinks about this because they really didn't even. It was pretty much just Kevin acting on his own accord, but now we're gonna see what Speedball has to say about this.
Yeah, he's gonna be heartbroken, devastated. Like, how can you do this?
Unless Kevin convinces him this is the way to go, bro.
Mike is a pretty good heel, very cocky when he plays a heel, so I wouldn't mind seeing that. But you can see, like, because remember we saw like Swerve planting the seeds in Kevin's head months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like what he was telling him, Kevin was starting to tell Darby.
Yeah.
Right? And then we see him just bamboozled everyone in that crowd. I mean, that show was on point to the very last second.
Yep, they had all their surprises, and this one was definitely a genuine shock.
Genuine shock.
If you would have told me that Kevin Knight would have ended Double or Nothing with the big heel turn, I would say you're crazy. Yeah. But you know what? Yeah. The thing is, we knew Kevin would turn heel eventually. Just that,
not like this.
No.
Not like this. I mean, this was beautifully executed because it was genuinely shocking.
Yeah. in the main event too. Not for nothing, with the crazy bumps, still a great
Yeah,
professional wrestling match. Even with
great
that
match.
crazy bumps aside, and even the little mat wrestling they did too, which is so. It's like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, Darby's gonna go down as MJF's greatest rival, and MJF is gonna go down as Darby's greatest rival.
I agree. I agree. I agree. A lot of people, I think a lot of people do forget that Darby isn't just a spot monkey. You know, he has that amateur wrestling background that he brings out in these matches.
Mhm.
He's bringing them out a lot more while he was champion.
Right.
What a run! What a run! What a run!
Yeah. And then afterwards, as we talked about before, we had our little travel thing, but they did have a little post scrub thing, and some notes they said that Tony Khan is going to have something set up for Rebel for anybody that
For
wants to
Rebel,
help donate. Yeah, which is very nice to
yes.
hear.
When we got home, we put it on, and that's when they were talking to just Tony, and then he brought that up, and I was like, "That's amazing." And the ALS Foundation is going to work with them too, and they're going to do the fight for the fall. He's hoping to do the fight for the fallen special episode for ALS and for Rebel.
That's great to
Beautiful.
hear.
Yes.
Other thing they had he mentioned that my AEW thing where he's gonna
Mhm.
have local independents be involved as well,
Yes. Yes.
including
Yes.
he mentioned one. I think he mentioned QT's independent company.
Yeah, like because the one of the reporters asked him, like, basically said AEW doesn't get a lot of um, recognition for the amount of work they do with the other indies, and it's true. It's true. They do a lot. They let people work in the indies. They brings in independent stars to be showcased either on Ring of Honor, even if they're just doing the job. They're still getting some kind of spotlight, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot more than what the other promotion does. So, you know, to see them wanting to expand that, I think is fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, I think anything else? Like they had Tech on as well. They like asked her like, well, somebody said like the reminder of like a modern day when it's for Sean, and she was very honored to hear that, and then talked about like pretty much wanted to dominate the whole division. Osprey was on to talk about his stuff, but other than that, pretty much it was just all on the show, all the newsworthy stuff. Kyle Fletcher's back from injury, which is a good thing for the company.
Thank
Kevin
you,
Knight
God.
is now officially heel, so
Mhm.
we're gonna see what happens with him. Questions about Speedball as well.
Right.
We're gonna wonder what's going on with the TBS title and
Mm-hmm.
with the women's Owen tournament. Um,
Yes.
Tag team stuff, we're gonna have to wait and see on what they're gonna do if any of the tag teams do come in. If Mercy
Yeah.
Machine Guns are on their way, or the New Dawn, or New Reckoning, whatever the hell they're gonna call themselves,
Right.
if
Yeah.
they're gonna be on their way. And then, because right now we're on the way to Forbidden Door next.
Yeah. I mean,
Because then we
we
have
have
July. July has that open slot. We don't know what that pay per view is going to be called yet. And then
yeah, right. They kind of trademarked the name. I think I just don't remember off the top of my head because it
Redemption.
was like something like that, Redemption, right?
Yeah,
Which makes pretty good. That's a pretty good name for pay per view, especially with the fallout of this one.
yeah.
Um,
And then we have All In August,
right.
like Monday.
Yeah. But Dynamite this week is definitely a must tune in
Yeah.
to the. I hope
Oh,
it's
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just that TK also mentioned that next year he's gonna dream big and go for the bigger stuff. So I don't. We'll see what he is mentioning because I don't. Because I mean, and Wembley's gonna be nice for this year, but I don't think they can run that every year going forward. There's no way.
right.
So it's
Right.
gonna be definitely an option. And I saw somebody tweet out, "Why not Barclays?" And I mean, I don't remember. I know WWE runs there a little bit, but
Yeah, I mean, either
nothing
it
wrong with
would be
that.
great to see them do either Barclays or MSG. I mean, those are the two major players in New York right now.
Imagine AEW at Madison Square Garden.
Man, that would be. And I mean, you saw the turnout for this in Queens. MSG, that would be so. That would be such a cool and such a win for them.
Yeah, and also don't forget to like, we're still waiting on to see what Tony Khan does in response from WrestleMania next year.
That's right.
because WWE is not going to be in the country.
Yeah, that too. That and also he mentioned working with Major League Baseball now and putting on shows at baseball stadiums, which I'd be like, Citi Field, Yankee Stadium, those two right there.
Of course.
Rumble in the Bronx or something like that, That'd
But
be fun.
yes, holy shit! What a, I mean, 10 out of 10. 10 out of goddamn 10.
And maybe even more if we could.
Yeah. Again,
Fantastic show. So glad we got to go there live.
yeah. Again, one of the greatest pay-per-views ever, maybe, but definitely going there live was a very special experience.
Yes, even with the hiccups leaving and the cold throughout,
Yeah.
it was worth
Uh,
it. 100%.
But thank you everybody for tuning in. For anybody that's listening on the podcasting outlets, thank you as well. Instagram, NY Wrestle Media, and Ad History and Headlocks for all
Yes.
our major social medias to pretty much get access to us and everything, content that we post. But trying to think, Facebook group if you want to join that as New York Wrestle Media, and we are History and Headlocks, so our next episode will be coming out soon. But if you can't wait for that episode, go listen to our top 5 odd and weird wrestling gimmicks episode, which
Just went up.
if you'll be definitely interested in hearing that. And everybody, most importantly, like, comment, and subscribe.
Share, follow, everything.
Yes. And right now, I'm gonna go back to hopefully I get another nap in before I have to go to work tomorrow. But for
You're
everybody
right.
that's tuning in,
I just saw the time. I gotta go. I gotta skedaddle and do some personal calls now.
yes, of
Well,
course. So everybody,
I'll just say
so
we're busy bees here at History and Headlocks.
yes. And Nick Russell, Jay will be back as to regular scheduling programming after he's done with his move. But
Yes.
everybody, keep it tight and stick around for more stuff.
Bye, guys.